Hey guys, Gene here, True Patriot Outfitters. Man, so here we are, Milford Lake, Kansas, Acorn Resort. There's a Bassmaster Youth Championship taking place this weekend, and I had a chance. I went down to the little bar and grill they have down here and was having supper and was talking. A couple moms and dads were chatting with me about their kids and such, and one of the questions was advice, right? What advice would you give? And I thought about it for a second about, where do we go with this? There's so much, right, in tournament fishing itself and just getting out and enjoying the outdoors. So I'll tell you, the advice that I gave is something that I've thought about it all night, and I'm very glad I gave this advice because here's the deal. One of the things we try to do is break barriers down and get people into kayak fishing specifically and just getting outdoors, right? Getting our vets, our first responders, getting them introduced to the outdoors and allowing God's creation, man, to take over and do what it does. And so it's important to us that we give sound, sage advice so that we help people get involved and not have headaches, right? Make it easy on budget. Take barriers down. We don't want money. I want access. We don't want those things to get in the way. So the advice was important. And the advice I gave them was this, is that, and this is going to sound counterproductive to this sport, but it's the truth, and so that's, I believe, 100% the truth. No matter what you see by people online, content creators or companies that are advertising, no matter what you see there, or YouTube, or advice that people give you, any of that, none of that will trump or take over time on the water. Okay, and that's just the fact. Time on the water. I'm telling you right now, if you're an okay angler, you go spend a decent amount of time out on the water and you keep going, you'll become a good angler. If you're a good angler and you put in the time and effort out there and you're going out multiple times and you're learning each time you go out, you become a great angler. Okay, I'm telling you right now that time on the water is the magic weapon, and there's no fast result for that. There's no magic wand that just you do this and this happens. It takes time and energy, man. It takes commitment, and that's one of the beautiful things about the outdoors, is that there's no fast results when it comes to this stuff. It's just like nature. It takes time to grow something amazing, and with angling, the same thing. Now, for some people, it goes a little faster than others, and that can be frustrating to a lot of folks out there. Trust me, I've had thoughts of throat punching a few people because of just how easy they make it look. But make no mistake, the work's gone in behind the scenes there, and that is the cut given truth, right? So here's what I want to tell you, especially if you're new trying to get into the sport or engaging kayak fishing. Slow down, take your time. Content creators that you're going to see online, they're entertaining, they're wise, they've got great knowledge, but what worked for them does not translate immediately that it will work for you. So before you go and spend a pile of money on a new kayak and new thises and new that's, slow down. What gets you into kayak fishing where you're going to feel comfortable and you can do it easily on the regular? That's what you should figure, and that's what you should pursue with. What allows you to get out comfortably and enjoy your time out on the water? Now, as time goes on, as your desires maybe increase for certain things, then you can start to build, but there's no race there. And I want to tell you this, the fishing rod you use or the kayak that you're fishing out of will not make or break success or failure for you, okay? It just won't. Now some jabberjaw is going to jump in the comments here and say something, well, if you did. Quiet. Adults are talking and we're going over real information here. And the point is that I'm getting at is buying a $6,000 kayak or a $1,000 kayak will not change your fishing results when you're out there on a major level. It won't change. This is what let me try to do this better so that we can take care of the comment warriors. It's not going to change whether you succeed or fail on the water. How about that? It'll change degrees of success and degrees of failure, but it will not change whether you succeed or fail. That is the magic deal that I told you before, and that is time on the water. That will determine whether or not you succeed or fail. It's how much time you're getting a chance to get out there and spend on the water fishing, going through your gear, using your gear, paying attention to what Mother Nature's telling you. That's what's going to make the biggest difference. So there's no race to go spend a pile of money. The content creators, like I said, they're fun to watch. They got great information, and it's always cool to put it in the library and follow along their adventures and such. But be warned about going out and just dumping a pile of money out of nowhere, especially when you're talking about national brand stuff, this and that. When you have an opportunity to take care of a lot of your stuff that you need from local sources. That's a big deal, right? It's a big deal to keep tabs on that sort of thing. Now, not to be hypocritical, we talk to you all the time about the companies that we work with, but if you look back on any one of them, I'll tell you the reason we work with these companies. Number one, we trust the equipment. Am I saying it's the best possible equipment that you can buy out there? Absolutely not. No, there's a lot more expensive gear out there that, quite frankly, might be maybe improved in certain areas, but I'll tell you this: when it comes to bang for buck and the companies and the people that are behind the companies, I trust, right? Whether it's Eagle Claw, Vicious Fishing, Amped Outdoors, New Canoe, I trust these organizations. I trust who they are, that they're going to take care of us. And when I want to put somebody out there and I need to know the equipment's going to work and do its job, I trust the equipment, I trust the companies, I trust the product. And that's why I say that. Now, will you be able to? I don't know. That's up to you. It's a personal feel, man. So take your time, look into that stuff. Don't think you got to go bust a budget on getting the next $4,000, $5,000 kayak out there, that's got all this kind of stuff, and getting all this the electronic. Slow down, and go fish, right? The old saying, the old t-shirt, shut up and fish. And that's pretty much what it is. And just understand that you'll get out of this hobby what you put into it. And you're going to be amazed at the payout that it gives you. Not only do you get more proficient when it comes to skills, that's the least of the benefits that you're going to get out of getting outdoors. And that's maybe where I draw the biggest line with a lot of the content creation out there. Is not one of them is focused on the benefits that come out of this. They're looking for performance. Like it's going to make any difference. I am told every time we take people out, whether we catch fish or not, man, this has already been beautiful. This is amazing. That should tell you something. That's coming from new folks that are getting involved in. Sometimes for those of us salty old dogs that get involved in this for a little too long, we lose sight of that it's less about the performance side of catching fish, and it's way more about just enjoying and taking in the experience of being out on the water, man. Each and every time it's a gift. Think of it that way. Hey, I hope this advice helps. If you got any questions or whatever, hit us up here. We'd be glad to chat with you about it. Tight lines, be safe, take care of each other. God bless.